Hello, welcome to Horror Monster Collectibles, where today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new Super7 ThunderCats Ultimates Mumm-Ra the Ever Living with Ma-Mutt 2-pack. Now this is about $60, and for that you get a whole lot. And this is part of their second wave of the ThunderCats figure line. Mumm-Ra is about 9 inches tall, so he falls right in with about 7-inch scale figures. This comes with Mumm-Ra, Ma-Mutt, the key of Plun-Darr, the mighty gyroscope regulator that Mumm-Ra had stolen, extended sword of Plun-Darr, Mumm-Ra's cape, an alternate head, and interchangeable hands. And this is just beyond cool. I was a huge ThunderCats fan when I was a kid, and Mumm-Ra was my favorite character. I just thought he was just super badass, and I am thrilled to have an action figure that's well done of him, and I can't wait to take a look at this. So let's go ahead and spin this around and take a closer look. Alright guys, so here is everything out of the packaging. Let's start with Mumm-Ra himself. And right away he is very well done. All his wrapping is done. It seems like a very soft durometer PVC, so it's very bendable, moves with the body. Let's start with the head sculpt that comes with him. Now I don't have any kind of pivot that I'm getting out of this. It could be because of the wrapping around his neck, but we do have the ability to turn his head quite a bit. Just take a look at the back. I do have a little bit of paint app error here, but overall the paint's looking good so far. And go through the arms. We have decent shoulder movement, although we can't lift up the arm beyond that, so it's about 45 degrees or so. But he does have full rotation, and the joints seem nice and stiff. Through here we have a bicep swivel that allows 180 degrees of movement. Then we also have a swivel on the elbow with a nice joint here that allows almost 90 degrees of movement. Through here we have the wrist, which 180 degrees of movement, and then we have some wrist movement here, which is about 45 degrees in total, so not too shabby. Through here we have our ab joint that does allow for quite a bit. Then we have the hips, which allows for 180 degrees, well actually 360. Again, even all of this stuff is still very soft, pliable material. Let's check out the hips, and we have quite a bit of movement here and back here and then forward. So that's all nice, and we also have rotation. And through here we have the knees, which a little more than 45 degrees. I wish they were double jointed, but I do like that the joints are well hidden. And we come down here through the ankles, which we don't have any kind of movement there, but we do have a nice pivot on the ankle, which I always enjoy, a nice solid pivot, so that way when he's in a dynamic pose you can correct the foot angle. We have decent toe heel movement. Overall, the joints feel pretty solid except for the waist, which is fairly loose. Let's check out the other head sculpt, and we'll check out the cape as well and pop off this head and install the cape in the other head sculpt. All right, so the alternate head sculpt features the open mouth. There's not much different here other than just the different face sculpt, which I prefer this one over the stock one. And then while we're looking at stuff where it's easy to see, we'll set this down and we'll look at the cape. Now this is the outside of the cape, obviously. This is the inside. And it features a wire frame all the way around. And then down here for all of these joints. So it's easily posable, which I really love. That way you can get stuff to kind of lay the way it needs to lay. So let's get that all installed. All right, so let's pop off the stock head sculpt. See how hard this is to do. All right. It would have been nice if there was a double ball joint here, but it's just single. So we'll set that head sculpt down. We'll install the cape over on here, just like so. And then pop this guy on there. Hopefully it goes on there okay. And back here on the wrists, little gauntlets, there's a hook to hook his cape onto, like so. So I'll get him all posed up in a second. All right, and here he is with the cape fully installed. You can see how freaking awesome this is. But he looks super rad. Let's look at the rest of the accessories. All right, so we have the gyroscope regulator. And then we have the extended sword of Plun-Darr, which is a very long sword. I'd probably say it's about 10 inches or so, maybe more. Very close to a foot. And it's made of a somewhat pliable PVC type of material. And then last, but certainly not least, is Ma-Mutt. And he looks pretty fantastic. Now he is limited on posability. He does have full neck rotation. And he has quite a bit of movement on all four of the leg joints. I kind of wish you could get him in a seating position, but not really so much. But he's a nice inclusion. And then we have the 4 additional hand sculpts, which, let's see here, we have, obviously he comes with the closed fists, and then we have kind of an open hand. And then we have 2 holding hands. So you put his sword or the regulator in there and do that. I'll show you how that's done real quick. So basically we're just going to pop off this joint. It should just come right on out like so. And then I'm going to go with the open left hand like that. And over here I'm going to put the holding hand on so that we can make him hold his sword. So let's see here. Get that in there like so. All right, and should be fairly easy to install the sword. All right, so the sword is installed. It's not too bad, but you kind of need two hands to be able to pry the fingers open, and then the other hand to shove the hilt in there. All right guys, so that's about all there is to go over on Mumm-Ra here. Super7 knocked it out of the park. Yes, there are some flaws. I do have some paint app issues, and the waist is very loose, but that doesn't really stop him from holding a pose. I do wish that the shoulders had more movement so I could raise his arms up higher, but I kind of take what I can get. Overall, he is just fantastic. For $60, you get a whole lot. You get two head sculpts, multiple hands, you get his sword and a gyroscope and a cape, and of course Ma-Mutt. And I think he's fantastic. I mean, as a kid, if I got this figure, I would have lost my shit. Like, he was so iconic for me, and he was so evil. I loved him so much. And if I got this for Christmas in the 80s, I wouldn't let this figure out of my sight. He would literally go with me wherever I went. And to get it as an adult, I'm still super jacked because I still love Mumm-Ra. I never grew up, I guess. I don't know, but he is fantastic. And I'm glad that Super7 has a license and is giving us these iconic characters, and very well done at fair price points. I'm a die-hard supporter of Super7 and Reaction. I love what they do. I love the licenses that they have, and I hope that they continue on just kicking ass, because that's exactly what they've been doing. Again, he's tall. He's about 9 inches, but he fits in with a 7-inch scale line because obviously Mumm-Ra was very tall, very big character. And I love this. Absolutely love this. Not a whole lot of nitpicks to do. I definitely recommend it. As always, feel free to leave me questions or comments, and I'll be happy to answer them. Hopefully you guys dug the ThunderCats too. We could be ThunderCats nerds together. I know there's a bunch of us out there who liked that show. I really liked it, and really Mumm-Ra was what kind of set it off for me. And the same thing with like He-Man or whatever, it was Skeletor. Like, I was always attracted to the evil characters. They just looked badass, and that was my draw. I don't know why, but I was always on the side of evil. I guess I was messed up since day one. Who knows? But anyway, I will leave you with a 360 video spin of this dude. As always, feel free to like and subscribe and click the bell for notifications for new videos. And until next time, I will see you guys later.